Hey guys, what's going on? Savage here, and today we're talking about a DC gaming universe and is it going to be happening in the future? Now, I will be doing this for a Marvel gaming universe as well, and kind of, bringing in characters that should be in the gaming universe. But right now, we're going to be talking about DC. And now, there are a lot of people that saying, we should connect it to the Arkhamverse and we should bring in, all these characters that have been referenced. And I do believe it should be set in the Arkhamverse. Now, the only problem here is you're not going to be able to have Batman. Now, you can have Batman if you do a prequel, but it's going to be very difficult. We know Superman exists in this game. We know Flash exists in this game. We know KG Beast. We know, all these characters that haven't been shown, like Lex Luthor, of course, Batwoman. We have so many characters that basically are confirmed by the game itself. When you go to the GCPD and then you talk to one of the firefighters, they say Superman. They literally say Superman in a sentence. And then, there's many references to an alien, from a different planet. And then there's, of course, the people saying, what would make this thing better is if the freak from Metropolis flew in here. It basically confirms that Superman is in this universe. So it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to bring them in to an actual gaming universe. And by gaming universe, I mean like there's one game that sets up another game that sets up another game that sets up to a Justice League game, kind of like what Marvel did with the movies or what DC did with the movies, but of course in the gaming world. And I don't know about anybody else. I don't know about any of you guys, but that sounds freaking awesome. That just sounds like a really good way to bring in people that really want to work on these games. And then you have different developers work on the same universe, and then of course all of them could come together for the Justice League game, put all their ideas on the table and make an awesome Justice League game. So for example, we could have WB Montreal working on the Superman game. We could have Rocksteady working on a Flash game. We could have, I don't know any other gaming developers that do superhero stuff. Let's just say Ravensoft or whatever their name is wants to produce a Green Arrow game. We have all those developers, and then for the Justice League game, they bring them all together, and then for the Justice League game, they all work on it for about 4 or 5 years, and then produce a really good Justice League game that is set in the same universe as all the other games. Now, the way they can introduce Batman, because I know everybody loves Batman. Most of you are subscribed because I make Batman videos, and most of my content is Batman Arkham or Batman Telltale related. If you guys want to have Batman, just make a prequel to Batman Arkham Knight. Well, it couldn't really be a prequel. It could be, set before the events of Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham Knight. It could be set, of course, behind all of those games, which would work very well. I don't think a lot of people understand that this is going to be a universe, which means you can do prequels and have Batman in there, because we've never seen these stories before. We haven't heard of these stories before. We haven't been referenced to these stories before. We've been referenced to in Arkham Asylum, of course. Batman says, last year Ivy tried to destroy or kill a lot of people in Gotham. See, you can't really do that story because we already know how it ends, right? But you could do a Justice League story because it's new, it's fresh, it's Superman, it's Flash, it's Batman, it's Green Arrow, or I'm sorry, Green Lantern, or Wonder Woman. You could have all these characters, and it would work very well. Now, the gameplay is somewhat different. A lot of people have been saying, you can't do a Justice League game. It just wouldn't work. Well, we basically had a Justice League game in Batman Arkham Knight, but it was to a very minimal, of course, thing. I haven't had the audience. When I made my video about a Justice League game I didn't have the audience that I do now. So I'm going to present this great idea that would actually work. Now, before every mission, or before, you actually load up the game, you have a list, or not a list, you have the pictures of the characters there. You put each character in order, and then every time you push the switch button to switch characters, kind of like what you do in Batman Arkham Knight with Nightwing and Batman, you switch to the other character you put in order. So if you have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Cyborg, what you could do is switch them in order, so the first person you play as when the mission starts is Cyborg, and then when you want to switch characters, it will be Batman, and then when you want to switch characters, it could be Superman. And when you want to switch characters, you understand the process. You start off with the character that you choose, and then you have an order set. So if you want to keep switching and just go to Batman immediately, you can. But at the same time, you could switch them in order to the characters that you love and the characters that you want to play as that mission. It's not that difficult. It's really not a hard concept to grasp. The only difficult part about doing it is actually doing it. It's actually programming it into the game. But for the idea part, it's a very good idea. Put them in order before every mission or every single time you load up the game, and then you put them in order, and then you play them. What's so difficult about that? Justice League game could work. DC extended gaming universe, that would be incredible. You know, if they ever want to do a type of multiverse movie events where, you know, they bring in the Crime Syndicate of America in live action, or they want to bring in the CW shows in live action and do a Crisis on Infinite Earths type of thing, they could bring in the gaming universe. Well, you know what I mean. Don't actually bring in the gaming universe, but at least reference the gaming universe. Say, yeah, there's this universe, there's this universe, there's this universe. It could work so well. And I think a lot of people are just scared of the fact that, you know, if it bombs, then a lot of people are not going to want to play play DC video games ever. And if they screw up, then there's going to be another dark age of terrible Batman games or terrible Superman games created by third-party developers that don't know what they're doing. And I understand, it's completely understandable, but if we get the right developers like WB Montreal, who have made pretty good games, Arkham Origins is not a terrible game. It's a decent game. It's funny because it has the best DLC out of any of the Arkham games. Batman Arkham Knight was a great game, developed by Rocksteady. Have those two developers started off, bring in more developers when, you know, this stuff is going on. Make sure that they understand that it has to be an extended universe. So just make references or even cameos of different characters from other universes. From other games that Rocksteady make or WB make, like a Flash cameo in a Superman game. No one would be that angry because it's a video game. It would be awesome to see these characters. And I don't know about you guys, but I want this. I want to see a DC extended gaming universe in a gaming world on my PlayStation 4 or whatever the next gen console is. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys agree or have any ideas, go ahead and give them to me. Go ahead and share this event around so we could get the word out that there should be a gaming universe with Justice League and Superman and Flash and Batman and Wonder Woman. There should be something like that. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Salvage1009. The link will be in the description below. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.